Hi, teammates. Let's go through this together. Now, this is all spiritual, so let's be in the spirit and just take all this in, okay? If that means you need to get high or have a drink or something, I don't do all that anymore, but go right ahead if you think that might help you. But this is all very spiritual, so we're going to take a look at it and let's pray if we need to or whatever, but just get into the spirit. So, twins joined at the head, okay, is represented by the 72 1985 C. Foisman, okay, and 29 year plus, okay. That would be of the daisy is the 29 plus years, okay. So that's I'll do a little bit of writing, okay. Daisy, button, okay. That's what I'm going to call it. Okay, so that's what that is. And, okay, and then the 72 1985 C. Foisman, okay, which we went over, is the 3.5 year, 5 month, and 3 month. Okay, so twins joined at the head. Now, a lion with pig's feet that ink pens come out of, like a stack of ink pens in your hand. They go out of the feet of the lion, the pig's feet, and the tail is cut off and tossed into space. That's represented by the 16 year plus and the mat key O. That's what that's represented by. Now, the space between space and earth and on foot as disguised it, okay? So they'll be disguised as it between space and earth and on foot as it in disguise, okay? That's the Bag Gab 499. So I saw it as they will look like the It Clown, but I don't know if that's even a representation of what it'll really be. I don't even know if I can fathom it. So, all right. Now, the Stanley Mr. Freeze throne, they are as angels that help people get through 29 year plus. Now, that was all false that I had, except, I'm going to do a little writing, okay, except 200 Euphrates, okay, and that was April 4th, 2018, okay, so except that one, all false, and that's represented by the black enmity with the It character. It's not, it's not anything personal, it's natural, okay, and then I fell a lot jumping attempts during lift and stuff like that, and they seem to all be spiritual. I don't even remember all of them, but I would scrape up my knees a lot, and my knees even looked purple at some points. So that's just how it is. But all those were spiritual, and people got out at those points. And even could still be getting out. I don't know, but that's the Mr. Freeze Stanley throne, and those are as angels that help people get through. Malcolm X, that's represented by my food, my lunches or whatever. I eat that lunch, as Doja Cat, and PS, participation station, the mental health, the mental disabled, the poor, all that, my friends, angels to get people through 72 1985 C. Foisman. Okay, and that's the coconut granite. All right. Now, angels to help people get through 16 year plus is the tall weeping willow Robin Williams. And that's represented by the Meeks, the Lyles, my friends the Lyles, who I showed The Game to, a movie with Michael Douglas, and said it was good to watch with your brother or whatnot. I was kind of joking, but it is a good film. And then Prayer and 95 Gray Hunters, okay? Those all got out with the Spear, the Spear, which was June 6th, 2015. Wabagong, which we've gone over, and Great White, which we've gone over. Those were, one was recent and one was in about 2014 and started about 2013 or so, but I don't even know if I recorded that, but the Great White was going on they tried to get the bear with the ribs in its mouth going in 2013. I was in my car a lot, it was beginnings of all that back then, but it just didn't go through. So I was even in California and could eat In-N-Out or whatever, but it would have been, I would have done the whole thing backwards or something. So, all right. Then let's get this up here. Now, the Anaconda Girls, those aren't personal relationships. That's just represented there. Anaconda Girls. CERN menorahs, which Grox showed during all that time that I said welcome back and all that. That was all CERN menorahs. Church 6, hooks of 2, which are connected to 6, and then 7, that's Laodicea. Sardis 5, Jesus as thief, which happened kind of at the beginning of all this, which I show on that big map out. And then Kobe Bean Bryant was the end of Revelation 12. He's represented there. And that's the volcano helicopter. And that's Jay Moriarty. Angels help people get through. Matt Key O. Okay. Now, it gets a little confusing. Spiritually connected to Ford, my friend Ford, Bush, Grandpa Most High, Gabe McDermott, who I think I've gone over before, but he's kind of like a gray type figure, but really good guy, and he was an RA at Concordia, and he actually reached out to me whenever I had failed out of Concordia, and he said that something was going on with the national team and he wasn't going to go to nationals. The coach had screwed him over or something, and he had the times and everything. He just wasn't going to take them. So that's Gabe, and he was a good practicer. He worked hard, and he was a good kicker, especially, like using the kickboard. But Revelation 17 relation. I went over that a little bit with the cactus cooler bottle. Revelation 17 relation woman. The force that's like behind this, helping is what it seems like. Those were all thief as Jesus. Now, these are spiritual. I'm not saying that these 3 people left, like they're gone. No, I'm not saying that. It's spiritual. Who they represent, okay? Kind of like the spiritual families, but different, And this is represented by the Stephen Patrick Bedingfield. That's my dad. And that's the Neotech with Landon, okay, as the prince there. And that's not a servant prince in that sense. I don't think, okay, but I don't know. We'll have to go over that. Let me just get this down. It's all coming to me now. So we're going to go over that too. All right, let me just get this. Neotech of this with the helicopter volcano, all right? Third part of men, stay with me. Third part of men, the Beck, which is represented by I said that was the natives that walked through the Red Sea. And then 717, who was related to Ben V getting out in the smoke or something, but that was related to Weasel a little bit and all that, but it was the 717 that actually got out, okay? And that's the Cudmore. So Now, Gray Hunters 95 left, and they left, and that was all the Robin Williams. Okay, that was all the Robin Williams. So then Reptilian Hunters 100 left February 6, 2020, which was represented by that car passing me today that I let pass me. So, all right, so there's Gray Hunters and then there's Reptilian Hunters, and they're both 100, okay? So I believe there's 5 left of the Gray Hunters, but the rest are gone. Okay, so, all right, surfboards for the Neotech City, made from Jesus as thief. That's how they're made, from those spiritual families. They get people through equals red hat. They get people through the red hat of the hat pond world, the red hats, the Peace Girl, I Pet Goat 2. And what it is, it's Biggie Smalls versus Most High Spirit, Avia Rod versus Gabe Spirit, Ford versus Tyr. Okay, Ford versus the guy underneath where he's at, okay? Or like a little bit on an angle, but, and then Revelation 17 spirit, relation person, or spirit, or, you know, whatever, verse Kleck, okay? That's what that is. So, just wanted to go over all this, and we'll get that, we'll get the servant going too of the, I got to think for a second, so let me just get off here and take all this to the Lord and thank you.